Well, thank you first. The composition that the pianist played of yours, I think, was really beautiful.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And what were your first experiences playing music in the Ruhr, in this region?
In which region?
The North Rhine-Westphalia.
So in North Rhine-Westphalia, yeah. So I started as a free jazz musician. I played with people like Peter Brötzmann and Conny Bauer and famous people from Germany.
Yes.
And I had my first concert at the Moers Festival with a women's big band where I composed for, but others of the group also composed for the same ensemble. And we made a record with Moers Music, with this group. And I had another record with Moers Music, with my group Perfect Trouble, with some famous avant-garde musicians like Chris Cutler and Tom Cora from New York, maybe you know that name.
Yes.
And with Maggie Nichols and Klaus Wielmans. And I had written some songs for this group, and they made the second record from studio work which I had prepared for them, yeah.
Had you attended the Moers Festival before you became a performer?
Yes, I was there every year with my friends, and it was a big thing for us every year, yeah.
It must have felt very inspiring that not only was there musicians from this region of the Ruhr.
Yeah, there was Art Blakey and everything, and we were going wild, yeah.
You started performing at the festival. That must have felt really special. If
I thought I reached my goal, yeah. I'm there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And were those creative collaborations between like Chris Cutler and Tom Cora only because of the Moers Festival making these projects, or these were your designs?
I had received an art prize. It was the SWF Jazz Prize, and I used some of this money to make a recording in the studio. I invited these musicians. I had money to pay them for the studio work, and I sent the recording to the Moers Music Festival. And they invited us to play at the festival, and they made this CD with us.
Okay.
And I received another commission, I can say, for another record from another record company. I forgot the name right now. I spent in 1994 half a year in New York, and I spent 3 months in Istanbul. I had 2 grants to visit there, and somehow after these 2 journeys, I decided to concentrate on being a composer, because it was too much to travel, to practice, to perform, to compose, and I wanted a calm life, and so I focused on composition. But this was in 1994, and I was lucky. I received commissions from ensembles, and people asked me to play for their group, not play, but to write for their group. And it worked in a way, that I had commissions, and I had also grants, also Kompositionsstipendium. Ne?
And do you feel as a composer, when you are in the room with the musicians that are playing it, it's a different experience than just knowing that your composition is performing in another city and you don't...
Yeah, it's much better when you have some contact with the people and you hear your own music, and it's not much fun when they play it somewhere and you have nothing to do with it. You wrote it, but usually I produce a piano version of my piece,
Okay.
So I know how it sounds like, and that it works. I had, for example, lessons with Alice Shields in New York. She was my teacher. I studied there at the Center for Electroacoustic Music, and she showed me everything. Now, with the computers nowadays, it was the time when it changed that you could have your own private recording studio. Yes. I had also a composition teacher. It was a guy in Hamburg. He was my age, and I studied with him.
Very cool. Well, thank you. I think that's
Okay.
wonderful. Thank you to Moers Festival for bringing you into this project, and also for you to participate.
Okay, thank you.
Danke, danke.